4-2.
I am shocked. This is surprising. This is huge turn event. I guarantee that once Steven gets to the groove, if we see that, then he'll start owning it up.
All right, so the favorite is down, but it's exciting. So what's going on here? It looks like
Steven just completely misplayed this opening. He completely messed it up. He's probably on tilt. A big part of bullet chess is psychology, and if you're on tilt, you can play much worse. And I think Steven is definitely feeling that right now. Same with poker.
Yeah, but bullet chess is kind of more like poker than the other forms of chess. I don't know. There's something about it, right? Like tilt is a factor, variance is a huge factor. Taking calculated risks is a huge factor.
Definitely, there's definitely more aspects of that, in faster forms of chess. But now Steven's making some nice moves. Queen f6 queen takes d5 now. Ouch. Oh boy, Steven. He's getting some counterplay though. I think White's best move was Black this one probably been knight to a5, but he missed it. No, never mind. That would have been a bad move.
So White's down a piece, but he's now jeopardized his opponent's king position. Is that right?
Queen takes f4 now though. Yeah. Bishop g3. Black's king is kind of in danger, but there's really nothing to worry about if he plays accurately.
Yeah, because White's king isn't impressive enough that he can't utilize his bishop and things like that.
And also the fact that White really needs more. If White had a knight, if he had a knight, Black would maybe be in trouble. But also, the dark squares are what are weak right now. He really needs dark square bishop. They're traded off.
Right.
Steven's a bit of trouble, but once again, there's very low time here, so it could be anyone's game here.
So this is pretty close. 10 seconds versus 13 seconds.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing is though, the dynamics of position, they favor Black. They favor Black because the pre-moves are much easier. Knight f3 is a terrible move. But okay, now
he starts to think. Now Steven's up 7 seconds.
Yeah, now it's over. Now Steven wins. Mate in 2.
Mate in 1.
Yep.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
So that guy just crumbled under the time pressure. Knight to f3 was the worst move I've seen him play this entire session so far.
All right, 4-3.
4-3. A lot of people think that in bullet you should just move as quickly as possible, or put in checks. But it's actually the best way to run your opponent on time is to make moves that he can't pre-move against and moves that are tricky that he can't anticipate. Once again, going back to psychology. A lot of people anticipate checks and captures, so the best move is usually not to do that. Usually best not to capture a check is just to play tricky piece moves. But yeah, that's more on that later.
So rearranging your pieces can be a way to run your opponent out of
exactly.
time.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the best way to do it is just throw checks or something, but that's not the best way.
Huh. Yeah, because often there's one concrete way to respond to a check or a capture.
Yeah, and people their brains are kind of wired to anticipate checks, so they're ready for it. They're not so ready for other stuff. And also just the logistics. If you, I don't know, I'll get into it later. But we should continue this game.
Sure. So what's going on?
Let's see. Resign to me, son. I think Black has a better position here because his knight is better than the bishop, in my opinion. And also, once again, back to my theory that knights are, are better bullet pieces than bishops. And also, Black has a lot of pressure on b2. Just a question of how Black can convert here.
So, you really think that bishops are better in tournaments in standard time controls than knights, but in bullet, knights are better than bishops?
Yeah, once again, it depends on the position again, but knights are just very versatile. They're by nature they're tricky, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's usually they it's hard to explain here. But anyway, well, Steven's winning this game, so I won't worry about too much about that. But knights, if you utilize them correctly, they can make your opponent's life living hell in terms of anticipating pre-moves, because you can't pre-move against a knight that's moving everywhere and checking randomly and stuff.
Right.
Versus a bishop is predictable. Bishops are predictable, right? Because they're always going to be on one color. You know what they're going to do. But knights are, by nature unpredictable. So that's why they're, in general in bullet, they're very strong. They're especially strong in time scrambles.
Okay. Yeah, I learned something today. Cool.
So that's why I always favor my knights, in bullet. I love them.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we saw a pretty good game there. I think Steven sacrificed a piece to expose his opponent's king. He used the 2 rooks on the open file or on the 7th rank to then win back the piece and win the game, right?
Yeah, he made a pretty. I'm not sure exactly it was sound, but it was confusing. It was hard for his opponent to calculate all the variations under time pressure.
That's what Bullet's all about.
Yep. Here once again, his opponent's winning his bishop. Rook to d2 is necessary, I think. That was a good move by his opponent, I think. Queen to f5, yes. Threatening mate. Oh, actually, yeah, now that was a terrible move by his opponent. Yeah. Takes. Bishop takes d4 could have been played. You see that bishop takes d4,
Oh,
rook
really?
queen takes c3. Now it still works. Same idea. Rook takes d4, rook takes c3.
Oh, that's a good play. And there's even some back rank mate
Yeah,
threats.
back rank threats too. Steven's in a little bit of trouble.
So Steven's down to 17 seconds.
His best move is probably queen takes d5, meaning rook to c1 with rook d1. But that was a mistake. His opponent actually had a better move. He could have gone rook to d3. Actually, no, never mind. That doesn't work. But his opponent is definitely much better, and also Steven's running out of time. That's a blunder. You can just
Hangs the whole rook, right?
Yeah, that's a
So
blunder.
that's all. Time is so important.
Yep.
But Steven's won back some of the seconds, even though now he's
One
down a
back
rook.
some. Oh, his opponent hangs a rook too.
Oh.
Oh man, these guys.
It's kind of sloppy, huh?
Hang sloppy, yeah, but it's this is queen e8, king here, queen e4 check, queen g6 probably. Yeah, so now Steven's pre-moving. This guy just has to hold on. If I was black here, I'd just pre-move moves around my king. I would probably move safe moves. I'd probably move queen g8, queen f7, just pre-move very safe moves. It's risky to push pawns like he's doing here. Now queen takes g3, and then I pre-move rook a7, and then get my king to the game. Steven's in trouble just because he's low on time.
Yeah, there's 4 seconds. He can just pre-move with those 4 seconds. That's
yeah. Now it's huge. Now it's Steven's time is killing him. And that's
gonna be a mate.
It's gonna be a mate. Oh,
checkmate.
Checkmate, man. Steven, what's going on, man?
All right, so it's pretty close. Resign to Me Son is up 5-4.
Resign to Me Son is playing very well though, so give him credit there. He's playing much better than I normally see him play.
Don't worry, they'll play more.
He has been aborted. Chess.com recently implemented a new abort system, which I don't like. It's like it aborts automatically after 5 seconds if no action is made, which is annoying. And see, this is the gambit lines I'm talking about. Steven doesn't seem like he's handling these gambit lines very well. They take up a lot of his time. But Resign to Me Son made the mistake of trading queens here. So black looks okay. And now black just up a pawn.
Okay. Huh. So the gambit lines are good, but in this case it didn't totally work.
Didn't work.
Now,
Yeah, I mean, White completely misplayed the gambit line. He didn't play it right at all.
So White's expanding on the king side to try and take some advantage over there, but now we see he hangs 2 or 3 pawns.
Yeah, now he's just down 3 pawns. It's pretty much over here. Now Steven just needs to consolidate. The key now is for him to just get all his pieces into the game, like b6 or something, get his rooks into the game, c6 or b5. Yeah, that's also a good move.
So Steven's also up 10 seconds this time.
Yeah, Steven's playing quite well here. And the reason he's up on time is that it's pretty easy to play when you're up, a safe pawn. It's very easy to play quick moves. Versus there's a difference between a safe pawn. Oh, knight takes a6 could have been played. Oh man, they both missed that.
Yeah, he missed that.
That would win a whole rook. That would win a whole rook. And
wow.
So
devastating.
Yeah, now black is just still one though. But yeah, see that's how that just emphasizes how volatile Bullet can be. Black was up the entire game, but then black was up the entire game. White made, and then black made one mistake. Then white could have just won the game on the spot. But
so black's still up 2 pawns. He's sort of overprotecting the key squares and starting to push the pawns.
Mm-hmm.
But the times it's 10 seconds versus 13 seconds, so it's getting down to the wire.
Yeah, definitely. But I would give the huge edge to Steven, of course. He's also not only is he up on time, but his position is easier to pre-move as well. And now he wins a piece. And now he hangs the rook, and now it's over. Yep. Now it's just technique from here. Yeah, and now white can't even win, even if. And see what I mean about see how tricky knights are. See, like that knight was causing some trouble for black, just because it can move like everywhere and like it's unpredictable. So, in time scrambles, knights are almost worth more than queens. Like oddly enough, like in the last 5 seconds, I'd rather have 2 knights than a queen any day, in any position for under 5 seconds.
Huh. So it's kind of like Bughouse, where knights are really good at Bughouse.
Yeah, definitely. Knights are, yeah. Bishop takes h6 should be played at some point. Yep, there you go. Knight takes e5. Yep.
Oh, so this is a pretty strong position for white here.
Now white is just completely dominating.
Devastating.
Killing blow. He's up like 2 pawns up the exchange. Now all white has to do is like either he has different plans. He's getting rid of the 2 bishops here, and now I would just either try to trade or shove his pawns like f4, e5, and just get those pawns rolling. But the other way is just get your rooks in the center. There's several ways to win in bullet. Every player has their own technique and their own method they utilize.
So you mean like time versus going for the king versus going for endgames?
Yeah, I mean like when you're at material, there's several ways you can capitalize. You can either try to trade, or you can try to make use of your material advantage. Personally, I like to trade. I like to go for games where I can finish off by pre-moving very quickly. That's my style. A lot of people, like Justice Spot here, he's going more of utilizing his piece advantage to get a even bigger advantage with the piece still on the board. That you can get quick wins that way, but also it's risky because you're giving black, giving your opponent some chances potentially since you're not exchanging. I think different styles of play.
Yeah.
Queen takes
2 queens.
Oh, yep.
All right, so Steven's won 3 games in a row. 2 games in a row.
2 games in a row. I wonder how many games they're going to play.
Steven has been playing like 3-hour sessions, like straight.
Really?
Yeah.
Power of youth. I used to be that young and strong.
It's pretty impressive to see someone play that many games.
Yeah. Now, d takes e5 would be a mistake because bishop takes f7 would win the queen.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
But now d takes e5 would have worked. Now black is just much better here because white overextended. He can't take the e5 pawn yet because of the knight, but that pawn's not going anywhere. It's going to be weak in the long run. So eventually that pawn's going to fall. Eventually. Now black has the 2 bishops. Bishop g7 should be played probably.
Yeah, a knight on f6 could be good.
Could be good, yeah. But I mean, even if he doesn't have f6, Steven probably moves king up, then try to trade it off later. Let's see. Knight f6, yep, king g7 probably, king g7 has to be played. And then Steven's probably going to follow up with bishop b7 here, and then bishop g5.
Or rook h3
bishop f4, yeah, ouch. Now white's in big trouble.
So white missed an opportunity to win material, right?
Yeah.
Win some back.
He did. Now knight takes e6 is a threat.
Right.
Knight c3. But so yeah, white has the knight base down on time, so it's tricky here. Yeah, white's kind of hard pressed here. Now now you see the power of the 2 bishops. So like as much as I love my knights, sometimes bishops are much better. So like here, notice how black's bishops in this position are so good. They control the entire board. Look how much pressure white's king's under.
Yeah, control so many squares.
Yeah. And so there are cases where bishops are just rook takes f7. No, he missed it.
Oh yeah, rook takes f7. That's
rook takes 7 would have been like what white's only shot.
And then he could have taken on b7.
Maybe
bishop.
there might have been some back rank mates though if he did that.
Oh yeah. All right, we're up 7-5, 3-game streak for Steven.
Yeah, I knew this would happen. I knew once Steven figures out his opponent, the better player normally starts winning lots of games in a row. That's why a very common strategy is called sniping. It's when basically weaker players, they target high-rated players. They only play 1 or 2 games because they realize once the stronger player gets used to their style, they're going to lose all their games. So they try to utilize the element of surprise, within 1 or 2 games, and then they stop. They're called snipers. So this guy, if he had stopped after 1 or 2 games, he would have been up, but he's not a sniper, so he kept on playing games, and now in the long run, Steven's going to win more and more games. So that's one of the things that happens in Bullet.
Yeah, that's same thing happens in poker, right? Where
Really?
you have like a small stack strategy comes in, waits to get, a really strong opening hand, just shoves all in, and then the other person doesn't know, where they're coming from, calls, and then they double up and then leave.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Same thing. It makes sense. It happens in both. I say it seems like a pretty common thing, or it applies to multiple fields, not just chess and stuff. Makes sense. And
Part
now
of that.
Steven's down. Oh, no, Steven's up. No, he's down. He's down the exchange here. He's down on. No, he's up on time. Bishop e7 is strong here. E3, ouch. Yeah. Steven's in massive trouble here. Bishop takes d5 should be played, then queen takes f3. Then queen takes d5 or knight to g4. Yeah, now he's just down a rook.
So the queen is devastating along with the powerful e3 pawn. That's worth a piece.
Yeah, e2. E2 is what we devastating. You should play queen d5 now. Queen f3. Yep. This guy is playing it well. Steven is getting a little trouble. He's playing g7. Oh, he missed it. Queen g6, g7, 8. They both missed it. Queen. Oh no.
Oh!
There you go.
Game's over.